So I managed to create a Google My Business profile without actually having a physical address. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did that and show you the steps so you can do it for your own rank and rent website. It might be a little bit unethical since we are going to use a fake address, or at least actually a real address, but an address that you're sort of just going to steal and pretend that it's going to be your own address. And then the issue with Google My Business profile is that if you actually put an address and you want to verify, they will send you a postcard with a code for you to verify. But this method, we can actually circumvent that and make another method of verification. So it actually works by you creating a Google My Business profile as a service business where you have these service areas. And doing that, you can actually confirm your account with just an email. And then what you can do afterwards, you can actually change your business to a regular business on Google My Business and have the pin on Google Maps. To my surprise, it works. And I do see my business now, at least my website now, visible on Google Maps. So in this video, I'm going to show exactly how that's done. So if you don't have a Google account already, you should create one. So you can just click the create account button here. And then you can do the personal use, put in your name. Then you need to add your email address. So for this, I've made an email address for my rank and rent websites. And that's this one you need to confirm. So you need to use a valid email address. Okay, so when you've created your account, or if you had an account already, you're gonna see this page here where you can start to actually add your information about your business. So in this step here, and sorry for this being in Danish, but now this is a Danish business I do it for, so I need to keep it in Danish. But you have three options here, right? You can choose an online store, you can choose a local store, or you can choose a service business. So the local store is actually a store where people can physically visit you. And the service business is where as the business that go out to the customers, right? So if you do a local store, you will have to actually verify by these postcards, at least from my understanding. However, if you do a service business, you can actually verify with just your email address. So choose a service business to start with. Then you just choose a business category. And now here you need to add your service areas. So instead of actually providing a real address, you just provide the areas that you are servicing at. So here you actually have to provide an address, a real address. But at the next step, you actually don't need to verify this exact address. You can verify simply just with your email address. So this is sort of where the trick comes in, right? So for this, I'm just gonna find a fake address actually. So I'm just gonna go to Google Maps and find an address. So I'm just gonna choose an address that's not already occupied. Let's see. This one looks decent. And see, here is actually where you can choose to verify with just an email. So you just select the email code, and then you'll receive a verification code. And then you can just continue, going through the form, and then you can choose your opening hours. And then here you can add a description. This is actually going to be shown in Google Maps when people that get shown your business. Here I'm just going to show a couple of images, and that's also going to be shown on Google Maps. And then all this you can just skip. And that's actually all there is to it. So you can see here that now we actually have the business information here. So what you can do next is, if you don't want to be a service business like with these areas, you can actually change that and then keep the verification. But to do that, you actually need to wait for the profile to be verified. So now I've actually been doing this, real, so I have to wait a little bit to have the business profile verified. So I'm gonna continue the video when it's verified, because after the verification we can change some details about the profile and actually make it a real, you know, business on the Google Maps instead of just a service area. So you're actually gonna get that pin on Google Maps that you want. So for that, I'm gonna show you as soon as the business has been verified. So see you next. All right, so we are back, fast forward like half a day or something like that, and it seems that the profile is actually verified now. And I'm just gonna show you how it looks like when you have a service business. So you can see the map here, right? Up here, and then if you go to Google Maps, you can actually see that it will have a border around the city, right? The service area, and you can expand this service area. However, the issue with this is you don't have any pin, right? And to get the pin, you need an address. And here, this won't show you any address. It's just gonna show your phone number, website, and stuff like that. So, but I actually want a pin right on the map. So I'm gonna show you how to do that, because that is actually possible. And I'm also gonna tweak my profile a little bit, because right now I just put in my name, and actually I want to optimize it a little bit for the actual keywords that I'm targeting. So I'm gonna do just the city name and the keyword. So in this case, this is gonna be Flyttefirma. So this basically means moving company and then the city name. So this is what I want when people search for it. And then just save this for a moment. And yeah, so this is gonna take a while to be reviewed. Then the next thing that you can do is, you can see here that you can change the business location. You can actually add an address here, and doing so will actually make it possible to get a pin on map and change it from the service area. At least this is what I did before, and it worked. So let's try again. So like before, I'm just gonna look for an address that's currently not occupied and use that for my business address. And just see what we can find here. So this looks like residential areas. Maybe I don't want that. I would like to find like an office building. All right, so this here doesn't really look like a place people actually live, so I'm just gonna use this for the address. And I'm gonna paste that in. And then save it. Now, obviously, I don't know if this this review is manual or not, so you probably need to, you know, see about that. We'll see if this goes through. It did on the other address that I did in a different city, so hopefully it's gonna go through, and we'll see. Then what I want to do too is modify the description to be a little bit more specific about the keywords. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more description here. All right, so I just added a little bit more text, a little bit more description, and I actually passed in a little bit more keywords for the different cities that I actually target, because it's not just a single city, it's also the surrounding cities that I'm gonna do some SEO for, and hopefully have the site ranked. How much this actually impacts the maps with Google, if people search on maps, I'm not sure about, but we'll have to see. Just gonna go ahead and save this. So yeah, let's see now that all the edits is pending, and I might check back in when this is approved and just show you that this actually works. So see you soon.